Solos, right. When we're ready, Youngster can call it. Right, I'm ready.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
On go. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm in.
No, let's see what happens. No, still waiting. Oh, I'm going in.
Yeah, we're in.
Tech has joined.
There you go, yeah. I should be in then. So I've gone in at the same time.
SmackDown has joined.
There we go. Hello, welcome back to another video. Now, as you can see at the start of this video, you're wondering why we are playing solos, but we're trying to get into the same game. Now, this isn't because we are teaming. We don't do that. We don't cheat. We're actually against teamers. But one thing we have actually done, we've actually created a game within a game, and we've called it Hunt Showdown. And I know there is a real game out there called Hunt Showdown, but we called this Hunt Showdown. So basically what we do is we go in as solos. We try to get into the same game, which when a player base is low isn't really hard. And obviously in Redsec you also did this in Warzone. The idea of the game is you play a game of solo battle royale, but our main game target is to kill each other and hunt each other down. Now, as you can see, I'm about to land. Now, what I didn't know was that's one of my teammates, one of my friends going over the top of me. That's Tech Nation there. Now, I didn't know that was him. We don't tell each other. We don't give each other clues. We try not to give too much away. We don't tell people where they are. We don't give anything away. We're literally in this game to hunt each other down and to get the win. If you get the win, you win what we call the Hunt Showdown, which means you've hunted for each other. You've killed one of the other players, one of your friends, and you also get the win. Now, I'm going to get quiet a bit here because this is actually one of my friends. We can both see each other on UAVs. So we're both being very cautious. Sneaky, sneaky. Tech Nation is sneaky. No, oh, Tech, mate.
I did.
I was gonna go to the house. So as you can see, I've been killed by one of my friends, Tech Nation. So he's in the lead when it comes to kills on one of us. So all he has to do now is get the win of the whole game, and he wins what we call the Hunt Showdown. If you don't see any of your friends and you don't get the win, you just get a win. But as an extra added bonus, if we get the kill on one of our friends and we get the win, we call it a Hunt Showdown win, which is what we're aiming for. Now, the reason I decided to do this video is there's a lot of people subscribed to my channel. There's a lot of people subscribed to Tech Nation's channel. And this isn't something that we started with Redsec. This is actually a game that we created back when we played Warzone. So me, Tech Nation, and Youngster, who's also in this game currently, he's quite quiet. We were all playing Warzone. And back when it was on Redsec, so like Warzone 2. Now, one of the most frustrating thing about Warzones is, or the Warzone game is they would take particular modes out to try and facilitate ranked quads, a bit like ranked quads in this. But at one point, they wanted to give ranked quads a bit of a boost. So they took out duos. There was no duos at all. There was just solos, trios, and quads. This is back at a point where none of our friends were actually really playing. I don't think even Youngster was around that much either. So it was mostly just me and Tech Nation. Obviously, they took duos out for maybe 3 or 4 months, so we couldn't even play duos together. And it became really frustrating. We didn't like playing trios because you'd have a randomer that you had to rely on, and then the same with quads. It's always good to play an even team when you're on with your friends because, you know, if you're not communicating, 9 out of 10 random players don't have mics. You know, you might get teamed up with someone who's fairly new at the game, and it can all go quite wrong. So during that time of Urzikstan, there was no duos, there was ranked quads, there was trios, and no one else was really playing it because a lot of people got fed up with Warzone. It was just me and Tech Nation. We created this game called Hunt Showdown. So in Warzone, we would go in as solos, and we would keep going into the game until the loading screen. And in the bottom right hand corner, there was always like a server number. And if it matched up, you knew you were in the same game. Now, you weren't allowed to tell each other. Well, you could tease where you were landing, but you wanted to keep it all as secret as possible. You wouldn't give anything away. And even after you were dead by that other player and you were spectating that person, you were not allowed to give any information away. Those were the ground rules. So we created this game called Hunt Showdown in Warzone. And we played it for quite a long time. And it was actually really fun. And eventually it grew to the point where when we were playing Warzone near the end of its life cycle, where everyone was getting fed up, we actually did a quads against quads Hunt Showdown where we went in as 8 players. We left chat groups, we created our own chat groups, and we hunted each other down as quads. And we even did that, and that was hilarious. So that's where we kind of created the game, and that's where it originated it from. And now it's moved over to Redsec. So obviously, the frustrating thing about Redsec is there's no trios. Duos and solos on a rotation, and you have ranked quads, which sucks because you get teamed up with absolute planks of wood, people who are very low level, don't know what they're doing, and you can get quite fed up. So we have started to redo our Hunt Showdown tournament, and this is what this gameplay is. Now I wanted to do just an introduction on the Hunt Showdown, how it started in Warzone, what the rules are. Obviously no communicating at all, you know, no teaming, no giving. If you get killed by one of your friends and you're spectating them, you mute and you just watch. You can't give anything away. And we do stick by this. We don't team. We don't cheat. We do this purely for fun. And it's to get a Hunt Showdown win. Now, I've done the introduction. Let's just watch this gameplay. Now, as you saw at the start of the video, I've already been killed by Tech Nation. So he's still out there and Youngster's still out there somewhere. Now, we all do sit in the same chat, but we very rarely give anything away. One thing you don't want to do is when you get shot, you don't make any noise, which is really hard. Because if you respond and they're shooting you, if it all marries up, they know that's you. And they probably won't say anything, they'll just know. So you can't, it's like poker. You've really got to have your poker face on for this. So currently, I've been killed by Tech Nation, which is frustrating. He's still out there, Youngster's still out there. I'm on my second chance, and them two aren't. So they have the advantage. I kind of roughly know where Tech Nation is now on the map because I know where he killed me, and I don't know where Youngster is. Now, this is what makes it really exciting. Now, I've risked doing some missions quick to get my loadout, which can bring a lot of attention to you. It brings players coming over because they see you doing your stuff on the map, which makes it tricky. At this point, I didn't feel like I was going to win. I felt like the odds were stacked against me. Now, one of the rules that I do is once I've got 2 decent weapons, I will normally try and get one loadout gun and use an SMG ground loot gun, which I've got up to the max level. You can level it up with all the attachments. I've got it to purple, which is as high as you can go. This SMG was the latest SMG that was added to the game. It's not bad. I couldn't find anything better, so I just decided to keep it. So now I've already kind of been killed by Tech, I'm kind of planning my route in. So basically, because I want to beat these guys and win the Hunt Showdown, we don't play high kill games. We don't play crazy. We start playing really stealthy because the idea is we need to kill one of our friends and then get the win. So the best strategy is to try and get in the circle in the middle as possible and just try and hold out to at least the top 10. That's what you're aiming for here. Top 10. Now, I don't know who these are. This could be Youngster and Tech. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. What I don't want to be now is I don't want to be on the storm's edge. I want to get into the circle. To have a good chance of winning the Hunt Showdown, you need to get to the top 10. And that even means getting in, finding yourself a building and just holding your ground, which is what I'm thinking about doing right now. So my plan is just to redeploy in. Now, me and Tech play quite a lot together, so we know each other's strategies because we've done it as a team, and we end up kind of both having the same ideas and doing similar things to what we would do if we were playing on our own. We are technically playing on our own, but we're actually against each other as well, so we don't want to do too much of what we're used to doing because there's more chance of bumping into. So you're constantly thinking, where would they be behind him? Where would they be moving into on this circle? So I decided to get right in the middle, and I'm just going to get myself... I know this spot. The problem is, a lot of the spots that I know, Tech also knows as well, because me and him have played this a lot together, so we know all the hiding spots, all the places to go, like this one here. No way you hit that snipe, not a chance. That was you, wasn't it? You liar.
Wasn't me?
I was redeployed in the air. Someone hit me. I was like, any tactic shots like that. This is, well, people could say this is camping. It's actually called tactical holding. You're tactically holding a point or a position of the map. Now, yes, this seems quite boring. I'm just hiding in the back of a truck. What I'm trying to do to win this Hunt Showdown, I need to get a kill on one of my friends, and then I need to get the win. So you need to get to the top 10 for this to work, and you have to do it.
Kill my plan. Now you have to die. I love some smoke.
So, see, this is the twist. Is like I'm not going for high kill games because I'm not going for kills that I don't need because I want to win the Hunt Showdown. I want to kill at least Youngster and Tech Nation. The ultimate goal is to get kills on both, but one's enough to get a kill on one person, maybe two, and then get the win, and then you win Hunt Showdown. What I want to do, what I'm doing here is I want this circle to come in. The problem is it's going more the other way than it is my way, so I know I'm going to have to move soon. I thought this was going to be a good spot. I'd get the high ground. But eventually, you can avoid certain fights if the map's really big, but when it gets to this size, you can't. You have to start killing people. There's still 24 players left, and to get the win, I want to get to the top 10, as I will try to. So I'm just thinking in my head, how am I going to rotate? But I also know that the storm is going to push people my way, so I'm going to hold off and I'm going to wait because I'm going to let the fire get a bit closer. Now this could seem quite boring, but you know, this is tactical. I know my friends are out there somewhere, and I know, especially Tech Nation, we both have the kind of same tactics, the same hiding places, the same rotation ideas, so that our chances of bumping into each other are huge, massively high, and that's what makes this fun. But like I say, we're not teaming, we're not cheating. We've created this game to amuse ourselves. We don't give anything away. We try not to. I've said stuff. I've gone, oh, that sniper, and oh, here we go. So this is someone I have to push. Alright, so now I've actually given my position away now, so I've now got to be careful. I always check who I've killed in the top right. That wasn't any of my friends. Plus, normally if you get killed, you would say something in the chat. Someone would say, I'm out, or, oh, was that you? And you sometimes get accused of doing stuff like Tech Nation and say, oh, is that you, Jake? I think that's coming up now, actually. He thinks I'm somewhere and I'm not.
That's always difficult. Is she in the chick?
What's that?
She at the helicopter.
Another guy I had to get rid of. I didn't realise there was a guy sitting in that car though. I hate people in cars. So me and this car now have a little bit of a dance. This is where I could get third parties, which is really annoying. Again, I checked the name of the person I just killed. It wasn't one of my friends. My friends are still alive. The Hunt Showdown is still on. I should have switched to a rocket there really, but I didn't. I just wasn't quick enough. Now really I don't want this fight. The guy gets out, shoot the car, and I'm gonna rotate. I want the rotation. I'm not too fussed about this guy. I'm going to rotate away. I want to win the Hunt Showdown. My beef, I mean, that could be Tech or Youngster, but one thing I do know, they don't get in vehicles often. So in my head, I was pretty convinced that wasn't one of them, and I was happy to rotate away. Now, coming down to here, I was kind of thinking, would Tech be in the crane, was my thought. Now, Youngster can be sneaky as well. Youngster, I've killed Youngster a few times, and he's always crouch walking through a building. He's very stealthy, so I've always got to be careful. Now the funny thing is, just for video purposes, there are lots of things you can hide in this game, especially on this map. Now I see this bin here. Now looking at the circle, I know one of these bins is up on the hill. So I decide to try and go and get the position. Although I was pretty certain that was Tech sniping, so I decided to throw that up there. So I'm looking at the circle. I need to get a good advantage position to hold. I know where I'm going. And this happens.
Stream saber.
Technician.
Yeah, right, mate. I had the same idea as you.
Now, me and him have hidden this bin in duos quite a lot. Now, he accuses me of stream sniping here, which I definitely didn't. I don't stream snipe. I don't pick up my phone. I just play. Unfortunately, with me and Tech, we've played together so much that we know where all these kind of hiding spots are. So as soon as I saw that one down the bottom, I remembered this was up here and I needed to get it. And if you look on the mini-map, you can see how we both had the same idea, because look, we're in the circle. This is a prime position. Now, Youngster's still around somewhere. I'm just going to hold this position. So that's Tech out. I've beat Tech. All I need to do now is get the win, and that gives me the Hunt Showdown because I've killed one of my friends. Now, unfortunately, I think it doesn't end up being between me and Youngster, because he goes out soon, because he says in the chat, that's me out. So it ends up just being me. Oh, there you go. You see there, top right, Youngster. So Youngster's just gone out. He's just died. So now it's just me. Now this is where it really gets nervous, because I really want to win this Hunt Showdown. Tech has killed me and won already. I've killed Youngster and won. So Tech's had a Hunt Showdown. I've had a Hunt Showdown. The only thing I've not had is I've not had a Hunt Showdown against Tech. I've never killed him and won. So at this point, I'm getting really nervous now, because I really want the win. So I'm really going to take my time pushing into this late circle. Tech is a very good player. He's definitely the best of us all. He's definitely way better than me, and even Youngster will admit he's better than him. So we know how good he is. So to get a win on him is, yeah, it's good. And I'm glad I'm glad I've killed him, because he's hard to kill. So I'm thinking about my rotation now. 4 soldiers left. I just need to get this done. This is for the Hunt Showdown. I didn't know what that guy must have seen me, and he was waiting. But I tell you what, look how lucky this win was. I had no plates. Look how lucky this was. Half health, no plates. I was so lucky to get that kill, and needed to get that kill. One guy left. This is for the Hunt Showdown win. Now, my hands are sweating at this point, and I'm really holding my breath here. I want to hear everything. I don't want to lose this. Because this is the first time since we've been playing Hunt Showdown in Redsec solos that I've had the advantage over Tech Nation, that I've killed him, and it's my chance to get the Hunt Showdown win. So, I know where the guy is. Now, he's behind a truck, which is really annoying. He's got a more advantage. Even though I've got high ground, he's got the truck to hide behind, which he can use for his advantage and shoot round and over it. So what? This is risky, but he probably doesn't think I'm going to come down, but I've decided to, which is a risk. I knew he would hold on to that for as long as he could.
Yes.
And there we go.
Finally beat you at Hunt Showdown.
I win the Hunt Showdown. So that's our own little game that we made. That was a nice Hunt Showdown win for me. I finally got one against Tech, which makes me happy because he is tough to beat. He is one tough cookie. That only leaves Youngster now. Youngster's not had one yet, and we're kind of trying to encourage him to, you know, make the top 10. But thanks for watching. We don't cheat. This is our own little game that we play. And I recommend trying it. If you play with your friends, give this a try. It's absolutely fun and brilliant. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
2 people popped up in my stream, that's saying.
Get out of it. I didn't even have my phone in my hand.
You're a cheater.
I am not. I'm going to put that all in my video.
Good.